All right. Don't forget to
Nice.
close the ad this time, Sal.
Oh. I don't think it's on. All right, it's definitely off now if it wasn't on before. This is Fully Charged, ladies and gentlemen, episode number 22. Welcome, of course, to Team Fortress TV. I'm your host, Sal, along with cbear over there. What's up, man?
Boy, Sal, I've been busy and sick. We didn't do a show last week. I just didn't have it in me to set one up. So, but we're back this week, finally. It's good to be back, I guess. I have so much on my plate to eat and to do. Like, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to crack open this pile of crap that's just waiting for me to do, just right off camera right here, and I'm going to be doing it all night long.
What are you grading, papers?
Grading papers. I have to cut speeches and a bunch of other shit. There's stuff.
Nah,
No, it's actually shit. So, but
I don't actually bring my work home with me. It's pretty cool.
yeah, I found out. I just said it in our chat. Like, I need to refresh so I can see my ugly face. Hello, that I have a Steam rating right now of 0.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, okay, you know how when you check your account and it's like 40 hours every 2 weeks, you're a 10 out of 10. You're a badass kid or whatever. I have 0 hours in the last 2 weeks of games, and I'm a mother effing gamer, and I don't get to play games, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I don't know. But
So how was the withdrawal? Did you handle that okay, or were you kind of curled up on the floor?
It was bad. I was curled up. I had like one of the worst colds I've ever gotten, mixed in with like constant blizzards that are happening outside here in Minnesota, and it's been bad. I miss you guys. I miss casting, and I miss talking TF2 with nerds and playing a little bit. I guess mostly the talking about it. I don't play that much. It's bad, but
And the invite pugs haven't been really going on that much lately. So
See, what
it's
I-
kinda
yeah,
busy
what I'm-
towards, like playoffs.
Defy, where do you get to play TF2 if you don't have invite pugs, man?
I guess we
Those
should
are like,
introduce these guys at some point. But yeah,
No,
we got
it's-
Blank and Defy with us today.
Let's talk
Blank
about
and
my
Defy are here to
awful-
talk about TF2 Open and intermediate mostly, right? Intermediate playoffs. But yeah, Defy, what was the question?
Just
Pug.
yeah, just the invite pugs. Nothing crazy really. Just wondering, they're not really going on that much now. Unless everybody's gearing up for the playoffs. You see how that's
True.
gonna go?
True playoffs coming up pretty soon, and then LAN after that. LAN's going to be like late April, isn't it? So we've got a while yet before these TF2 teams go face off.
Right, and well, we haven't introduced Blank, who's actually has a webcam, is nodding. That's Defy's. That looks awesome. I didn't even look at the stream until right now. My picture. That is actually him. That's the webcam.
Yeah.
It's not even frozen. His voice comes from his ears, and it's just him in black and white. But Blank is here. He's a pocket for the Mad Men, who are, I guess, not the. I didn't realize you guys weren't the #1 seed, but you guys are clear favorites to win IM this year. We thought it'd be fun to talk about IM and transitioning to Invite and just getting these two know a lot about TF2 and just kind of shooting the shit. So, Blank, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. Yeah, we're second seed, but I mean, been playing pretty well recently, especially now that Snoopy's back, and just kind of waiting for playoffs, you know?
Wait, so they have not started yet, IM playoffs? I thought they...
They start next week.
Oh,
Next
okay.
week.
What are the map rotation like? Is it...
It's like Snakewater, then Viaduct, and I'm not sure after that. I just looked at like the first 2 maps.
Okay, well, I was asked by Slyn to cast something on Sunday, so something must have started then. Was it open playoffs? Did they also start
Maybe.
earlier?
Yeah.
My God, they're asking
Could
me
be,
to
yeah.
cast.
Could be, yeah.
Okay.
Or it could be like an early week of playoffs for some people. I don't know. Probably open.
Okay, Lame Effect says they start the 10th, so Lame Effects knows what he's talking about.
He does.
He is like the walking encyclopedia of TF2. Not even just TF2, just knowledge in general. He like asks something on any stream anywhere in the TF2 world, and Lame Effects pops in and just like gives you the concise answer.
True.
It's like,
When is he gonna make his casting debut? He's on quite a bit of these streams here. I think.
I know.
Try to hop into that.
Yeah,
Why not,
definitely.
right?
It might be LAN. Because we don't know who's going to cast it.
Yeah, that's true.
We might just be drafted.
That's
Reek,
true.
come on in, you're casting LAN.
Yeah,
Flopper.
cbear and I, that's a good point. We talked about that earlier, but LAN is going to be April 21st?
20. It's the same as my state's
20th.
tournament.
April
so,
20th, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's when our invite lands are going to be. I have class all day that day, and the guys from class who mixed up yesterday were like, dude, just skip class and go. I was like, no, I really can't. I'm almost done, but I'm going to have to miss this one. And cbear, you got stuff to do. What's your position on that?
Who just banned Alpha?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
No,
Wait,
he's
Can't ban Andre like that. What's going on here?
Alpha. How dare you? I'm unbanning him. I'm looking at you.
I'm saying it was Hui. Yeah, that's got to be him. Just touched him softly. Okay, whatever.
Okay, I understand, so it's okay. What were you asking me? Oh, about the casting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if we're gonna go yet, so we're keeping these things crossed. I guess I was gonna see if DJC wanted to do the show, but he said no because he hates you, Sal. No, he wanted, he wanted
fair.
to. Or I guess I could tell he's not gonna be casting LAN because he's gonna be in Vancouver watching hockey games.
Nice.
Nice little
So-
vacation. There you go.
I guess. I don't know why you vacation to go to Vancouver unless you like riots.
Really, very passionate over there. That's for
So
sure.
he's gonna be there. So either way, if we do go, it's gonna be Lang and me flying down there. Which Sal, you have class, so you won't go. So even if we do get
Too
flown
classy.
down, it's either gonna be me doing a solo cast of the entire LAN or me
Wow.
drafting somebody from the other players not playing.
Doing a
casting.
casting marathon all by yourself. Jeez.
So I don't even know what I'm rooting for now, but
I would go. It's not like Lang couldn't
Where'd you
cast,
go?
right? No,
No,
I'm saying if I were you, I would go.
oh,
I have.
Twitch John will be there to cast with me.
There you go. There you go. John
Nice.
can do
Got
it.
your wingman.
Big
Good to
job.
go.
John's been on our camera before. He's good for it.
He'll do it pantsless and swing that soup can.
Ah.
No, I don't know. I hope we do get to go. I guess Enigma's talking to Torbil right now. He just messaged me right when we went live, and he said that he didn't get a no, so it's a possibility. And they did pay us, I think, somewhere like $600 last year to cast it. And so if we take the $600 and then turn that into plane tickets, I think that covers it for both.
Yeah,
Pretty
why
much.
not?
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
I will say that you can't. If Torbil doesn't say no, that doesn't mean that it's not a no. If that makes
Right.
any sense, right? Torbil tends to wait to the last minute to say no to stuff.
Right, and they were pretty clear in the beginning of the year that they did want us to fly down there.
Yeah.
And like at the beginning when we were setting up the weekly casts and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe the last ESEA cast that we did turned them off to the whole thing.
Oh, jeez.
That would be too bad, honestly.
Now, is this all
Ironic-
going to be via ESEA stream, or is anybody else going to try to promote it a bit, or do it on their channels? Or is that like a toss-up at this point?
Well, it'll be ESEA stream. I mean, their STVs will be live, except maybe for the grand finals. I think sometimes they hide that, or do
Yeah.
they?
I don't know.
But STVs will be live. Anybody can cover it, but I know that if it's going to be on the ESEA stream, like they're going to want ESEA stream, ESEA Orange to be running, then they're going to make sure that Enigma's on board with just pushing everything through that stream. And I think Enigma will want to do that anyway.
That's what we did last season. We'd be fine with that. That's not the issue. The issue is, will we be there live to do it? Will they have the resources there for us to do it? And then, as I burp, like, how will that actually happen if it does? But if not, we don't get to go, then Saturday is going to be way up in the air. We're going to have a doorbell ringing.
I will be right back.
pizza's here.
All
I was
right.
about to ask Blank a question, too, right, when the doorbell comes.
Oh no!
But yeah, so if you guys are interested in casting a LAN,
Sign up.
yes, message Enigma. No, message Wreath. No, I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But hopefully we get to go, and then we don't have to worry about it, Sal.
We just do a lottery. Everybody who's subscribed right now, actually, or who is subscribed when we make the decision. So if you subscribe tonight, I mean, you could cast. You just get on air. You could be a caster for Team Fortress TV.
It's a good chance to make your name. Yeah, well, okay, I was going to say, as he's back, I was going to say, we'll probably have Blank and Slyn handle a lot of the stuff. If I'm not able to cast, DJC's not able to cast, we've got capable backups, so you guys will get to... it'll be the first LAN that I haven't casted in a long time, in like
Ooh.
7 LANs.
You're gonna feel guilty, right?
Yeah, I'll be there on Sunday, though. So.
Okay. All right.
That's part. Okay, so that is sort of the land stuff. Let's go to IM first, because that was the premise of the episode originally, was talk about like what the structure is of IM playoffs, what you guys are thinking about, what teams you guys are looking forward to playing, or what your teams you're afraid of. So you guys weren't the first seed; you're the second seed. So who are the first seeds, and are there any notable players on those teams that make an idiot like I would know?
Yeah,
Ratio.
Chill to Good Ratio is the first seed, and they have I guess their big star player Dunn on Pocket Soldier. I mean, he pocketed an invite
I
last
mean,
season.
he's kind of good.
Yeah, he's kind of beast.
Who?
Done.
Dunn.
Don.
Dunn.
I think you said Don.
Oh.
Maybe his
let's
name is
see.
Don.
Flies under the radar quite a bit, but
Yeah.
he's still a really good soldier.
He's
His
good,
partner in crime, Shrew on Medic.
Okay.
Oh, he's
Moonchild. Moonchild's one of their scouts, and then Schnell is a pretty good up and coming IM scout. He's been tearing it up recently.
Vector was talking about Chanel in their interview as well. Apparently, he had been on Vector for a little while. Okay.
Yep.
I'll
and
believe it.
let's see, Kosa's their demo man, and Sleepy is their roamer, and that kind of rounds out their roster. There,
It's
It'd be
not
better
a
if-
bad roster.
Solid team.
it's a pretty solid team. Yeah.
They're no madmen. They don't have Memphis Vaughn. Super
Memphis Vaughn
carry.
is the greatest.
Best
But
player in the game, actually. So, you guys ended up losing a gravel pit game where you kind of messed around with, I guess, and then you forfeited in whatever. But you guys are the expected first place finishers. Are you guys expecting to win?
I guess kind of, yeah, the pressure's on us to not lose, I suppose you could say. But, you know, anything can happen. I mean, we've already lost one match in the regular season, so, I mean, you just can't let your guard
One
down.
whole match.
Now, my awesome sponsored team, Randy Besterman and the Besterman Six, or whatever the hell they're calling themselves, or R5 or whatever. Are they the third seed then? That's DJC's.
Yeah, yes
team.
they are.
Okay, what are their chances to win? Because I got money on the line here, you know?
I don't know. We scrimmed them yesterday on Via. Their demo man Duatna is pretty strong, and their scouts seem pretty decent, but I think they got to iron out some teamwork issues, because I think they've been swapping the roster around quite a bit over the season.
Foster's, not around anymore.
Yeah,
They used to have
Zaylock.
Foster on scout, but now they have Zaylox on scout, and then I think Scarlet was their pocket, but now he's roaming, and DJC's on pocket, so...
That's a bad medicine right there. That's a bad recipe. If you're going to win TF2 game, you have DJC as your pocket.
Oh, harsh, man. He
Well, I'm
looked
just
good in the
saying.
game I casted.
Yeah, he's better than we like to make fun of him for, but he's no sheep. Scarlet or sheep or whatever, same person, damn good. But no, so then you're saying they're not a big threat. You're not worried about them.
Well, I mean, you know, there's always the potential for something to happen, but they have some issues, I think, like just they got to build chemistry with, you know, always changing the roster. So it just takes some time.
Okay. Who is the dark horse in IM then? If
Uh,
there is one. I mean, maybe we can't identify it because we have no clue until it happens.
I guess
Say
probably
instant
Mario
records.
Party Pros is kind of like a team that no one really expected, I guess, to make playoffs, or maybe they did, but just not fourth seed, because they came away with a 12-4 record. It's
Bad.
pretty good run for them, I think. This is their first season too, in intermediate, I believe.
So
Did they-
who's
were
on
they
that
like-
team? Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like Jav and I think Ratsy.
Oh
is their-
yeah.
They have
I
Fracture.
don't know those names.
Well, Fracture's on
Yeah.
that team, and
Fracture-
Mangachu, the infamous.
Fracture and Mangachu
Oh,
is
Mangachu,
soldiers. Wireless Fox is the medic, and Mythical is the demo man.
So some of those are names that have been very prominent in like the pug.na scene. They've been playing for a long time. I didn't know who Jav was in particular, so I feel really bad now. But okay, kind of a dark.
Is it
one.
Jab or Hav? I always think it's short for Javier. Hav.
Javelina.
I fled to Hav. I don't know. Do you guys know? Is it?
I just say
Pretty sure it's
Jav.
just Jav.
I think it's just
Alright.
Jav, yeah.
That would be
Okay.
funny if it was like Javier. That's like his name.
Pretty sure it's Javier.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's good. I think yeah. I don't know if you guys said it. Is it like the whole bracket lined up where each map is lined up for? I guess Viaduct is the first one because you guys are scrimming that. Or is it just
Snakewater, then
Snake
Viaduct.
Waters, then Viaduct. Okay, so you guys are jumping the gun, thinking you'll get past the first round there. How many teams
well-
make playoffs? Is it top 8?
Well, it's
Yeah,
it's
top
a
eight,
double
top-
elimination, so they have to make it past the first round, right?
Oh, it is,
in
okay.
so.
Yeah. Well, we've been playing a lot of Snakewater, so only recently started playing some Viaduct again, because I think it was like week 2 was the last time we played Viaduct, so it's been a long time. So trying to refresh our memory a little bit on the map.
Okay, so Lame Effects just linked the. Wow, so unlike Invite, a lot of most teams have a pretty nice record going into it. The team, I guess you're playing Kawhi 5-0, which has Steve C on it, so you're gonna play them. Okay, it's got Decimate.
used to be,
Hey
Down
man,
to Pound,
Decimate.
right?
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Decimate, UKM.
That's not.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
formerly known as Down to Pound.
It's not an easy game.
Yeah.
So
I
everyone's
think
got a.
they're their soldiers are like Remedy and Waffle B, I think, and their demo man is Control F Muffin. Their medic is DBW, so pretty strong team.
Most
I
of these
think.
are names that have just been around for a long time, right? So
Mhm.
how many new players do you guys end up seeing at the top of intermediate, or is it pretty much just like you have to have been around for a while?
Well, I think like Schnell and Childegood, kind of like an up and coming player. I mean, there's quite a few players like Mario Party Pros. I mean, I think it's their first season intermediate as well. So, I mean, there's quite a bit of fresh new blood, I guess, in playoffs this time around.
Oh, you know what, Sal? I don't want to drastically change topics.
No,
but
you
I didn't
do, though.
say
I can tell
there
you
was
do.
a special thing that I was going to give out, and since I'm like infinitely nice to people, I'm going to give out a pizza at the end. So pizza will be
Nice.
given out along with hats, and then the pizza will be the big special giveaway. Boom, I'll fling it from my window back there all the way to you. It's going to catch a drift, and it's going to come. So you guys
I've always
want
thought
to?
it would be really awesome to deliver a pizza with those little quad rotor like helicopters, you know, just remote control it all the way to somebody's house.
Right.
That's
The first
amazing.
the first pizza I gave out. This is like just a total tangent. So I don't remember the name of the guy who won it. He's still on my Steam friends list, I believe. But he won the pizza, and he's like, "Hey man, you know I live in the Twin Cities, which is where I live." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Yeah, why don't you come deliver it in person?" And I was like,
No.
"I don't know, man." Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't. It sounded a little too Tony Swanish to me. Like I was gonna show up and he'd be in the bushes, like chloroform me and just kill me.
Oh, he wouldn't just kill you, cbear.
So if you win the pizza, you're just getting a pizza card, right? I'm not coming over there. It ain't gonna happen, all right? Unless
He clearly doesn't want to think about what would
unless
have
you're a
happened
girl
here.
gamer and you have proof, then I'll maybe.
I'm not so
Okay,
sure about
so-
that, man. All right.
Powerful girl gamers and boyfriends will get. Okay, back to I am. Sorry, I just wanted to just in case people were wondering because I did put that on the little teaser thing that something special will be given out, and that special thing is a pizza card.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so where were we on the I am talk, Sal? Sorry.
We were talking about IM, I think.
Oh, I am.
With the first four teams, then go down to Instant Breakfast, you know, those Boat Royalty, those are the
Yeah.
other teams that are in the top 8 for the playoffs.
Is intermediate traditionally like the first team wins it, or like the first or second team wins it? Has there been any big surprises? Because we talked about before how in Invite Land it's almost always been the first place team has won, or the first place team has gotten at least to the finals. I think the first place team has won like almost all of them off the top of my head. Is that some of the same way for IM? Like it's really top heavy and the teams just dominate all the way through? Or?
I think this season's probably a little bit more close than the others, but it's pretty much been that way, I think, for numerous seasons where you kind of know the two teams that are probably going to face off towards the end. But I think this season, I mean, a lot of the teams are pretty neck and neck, so it should make for definitely an interesting playoffs.
It's good.
I like
Defies.
interesting playoffs. It's
Is there any team that because you're backup on Mad Men, right? So, are there any teams that you're looking out for that might have a chance to beat the Mad Men, other than that second seed team or the first seed team?
I don't think anybody should underestimate Instant Breakfast. They changed their roster quite a bit. Now they have Marmaduke pocketing, they have Rick roaming, and is actually playing demo for these guys, UNF.
The,
Do they,
the,
do they have
player.
anybody whose name actually like corresponds with instant breakfast? They have like an oatmeal or a
Yeah, Big Lord in there
Pop-Tart.
too. I think Rick is just notorious for these names.
okay.
Oh, it's Rick's team. Okay,
Ah.
Mhm.
I love Rick.
Well, you know, I've always thought one of the best names of a team I have ever seen was probably banned from eHarmony. That was one of my favorites.
Good name. Yeah.
I think Giggly came up with that one
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Oh, giggly.
If you want a team name, fellas, if you're going to start a new team out there, UGC, whatever it is, just post a thread on Team Fortress TV and be like, Giggly Guy, I need a team name. I guarantee you, he would love to help you.
The Len Tellerico and the Len Tellerico 5. No, that's too much.
The Chris Dorner 6.
So you guys,
No, too soon?
is there anything? I know you guys aren't open players. Is there anything that I'm missing in open? Is there like has you guys played any of the top open teams? Anyone that has potential coming into next season?
In Dust, we trust.
There's this team, yeah, in Dust We Trust, which is really strong, showing an open, going 15-1.
Damn.
It's like, yeah.
I think they're the favorite right now in Open.
You guys have played them a little bit or a few times?
We haven't had the chance to play them. I know we played a pug scrim against a couple of the other open teams. They have some, pretty solid DM. They just gotta iron out the kinks on like things in IM, like tracking advantages closer, just
Yeah.
positioning type things, which come with experience. And I think we'll see a
I
lot
don't,
of really good open teams moving up in IM next season.
I'm looking at their team page right now, and I'm pretty sure In Dust is a Minnesotan, so that gives him extra points in my book. So you go get him, buddy. I'm rooting for you, man.
Yeah, and got any Texans in there?
Any Texans? I don't know. There's no one's name is like I love Texas 669. So there's
I love
a,
Texas and then a little ASCII gun on it is what it would be.
there is a ginger in here though, so maybe.
Oh, okay. We have a lot of those in Texas.
Okay, I have this little sheet since it's been a while and I'm rusty, wondering about like talking points to push discussion, and we kind of touched on it. Like you guys said that they lack some few things that might keep them from being a top or a good invite or intermediate team, and then you guys play IM teams like in matches, but generally you scrim the top teams. Like you guys are considered an invite level team. What are the differences that you guys have found between playing IM teams and invite teams? Is it just that they're better at shooting stuff, like their aim is better, DM is better, or is there something you've picked up in the meta?
Yeah, part of it is, I mean, there's a bit of that DM gap from playing the top invite teams and the high IM teams. I mean, some of the high IM players, they definitely have the DM to hang with invite, but it's that's where it starts getting like a little bit more subtle, I guess. Like the small little individual decisions, like scouts coming in at the right time for a crit buff, potentially winning fights, and pushing on say 20% advantages rather than stalemating out because they're like, oh, they'll get Uber anyways. Whereas an invite team, they'll be like 20%. Let's push on that type of deal. So it gets down to the smaller type of things like that.
Is there something that you've noticed at maybe a lower IM level, like one thing that really sticks out that teams can work on to get better at as a team that maybe invite teams just do naturally or do better? Is it just the pacing? Like, hey, we've got a tiny advantage, let's go. Like there.
Adjusting is
I'd say pacing is definitely one of the things I noticed. Like I know Slyn and I have casted like a couple of high open and like low IM matches, and part of the thing is like I'll see they'll have a pick advantage or an Uber advantage or something, but like they'll stack a point to cap it when really it's like you should just leave a scout on point and push up with all your heavy classes and like just keep going and trying to take as much as you can with an advantage and just build on it, rather than being like, oh, we have an Uber advantage, so let's sit around, wait till we get the Uber, then push. When like sometimes being a little more aggressive can be so much more beneficial.
Right.
I try to tell people to do that in Highlander. Like when you've got the difference between a high level Highlander team and like mediocre is on a payload map. If you've got the enemy like falling back, retreating, whatever it is, and you're pushing the cart, just leave a scout in the cart. Everybody else should go take the next position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of thought.
Get this man a plat team. Man,
I'm so smart. I'm the next Hein, is what I am.
I noticed it the most when we tried casting Euros matches, or when I hear DJC casting. I used to watch back when I had time to live. I'd watch him in ads and Myrables cast a match, and it would be like DJC would be like, all right, they wiped him. Now they're gonna go push forward, and it's like, oh no, they're gonna not. They're gonna really take their time and make sure that the scout behind them is cleaned up or something. It's just like, no, you guys gotta go. Like you kill them all, you should take at least 2 points as the sirens. It's like I don't know. It's a nice city I live in.
Well, there was a lot of talk on this I-49 thread on Team Fortress TV, which we don't know what's happening with that, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't seen that at all.
It would be nice if it happened, but there's been a lot of talk that basically the Euros are like really pumped up and motivated to actually try if the Americans come over again, which they claim they didn't really try very hard, last August. So, I mean, if they tried, would they actually have the aggression and the DM and the timing and all that to match the Americans?
I don't know.
I don't think so just yet. Like, I know the other day I was trying to watch, I think it was like Crack Clan versus like Broder or something on Granary, and I saw there was at one point where I think it was Crack Clan. They had like 6 people up, and Broder was
Euro teams.
Yeah, top Euro teams. It was on Granary, and Broder was down like their demo and a scout for another 5 seconds, and like Crack Clan could have just walked in the mid as, no demo man means no trap.
They were down their demo and Crack Clan didn't push?
Yeah, they because I guess they were like, oh, they're going to have forward spawns and he'll be there by the time we're pushing, but it was just, things like that. That should have been pushed on, in my opinion.
They all got texted at the same time. They're like, hold on. Oh shit. No, he's up now. But yeah.
I don't
Well,
really see a point in I-49. I think it would just come down to, one of the top teams here. You have like BP if they want to, go over there. So, that pans out. But it'd probably just come down to Epsilon playing one of the top teams. I don't see like the other ones.
Well,
really
and here's the thing,
making it
Australia. In this thread, the Australian team said, "Look, we've got a lot more time this time around. Last time we just didn't have enough time, so our sponsor bailed. But this time our sponsor's like, yeah, I mean, if you plan it enough in advance, we can do it." So if we bring an Australian, the top team from there, then it's like, oh, well, this really is becoming the global TF2.
oh, like the world
Yeah.
championships of TF2. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
It would.
But see, but what it really comes down to is our guy Sal going to bust out the checkbook again?
No. So I mean, I've been talking to Mixup, and I don't know what they're going to do, but I hope there's going to be some kind of a donation thing starting up soon-ish for
When
a
is
team
that?
or two.
Is it always the summer LAN? That's the one that people want to go to?
Yeah, I-49 is the one in August, so yes.
Okay, so there's plenty of time.
Yep. But things have to start now. I mean, when I came in last summer, people had been talking about it, but then nothing had actually really been done until I came in and did stuff in May. And by May, you're talking about maybe 2 or 3 months max to get stuff all put together for August, right? You got to buy the tickets a month in advance, so you want your donation drive to be done in July, right?
Right. Well, with Chip-In not existing anymore, which I heard happened, I don't know what the plan would be
It
for
would be like
something.
Indiegogo, or
Okay,
something like that.
I know that I was one of the people that was pushing it all the time, like, please donate, but I got so sick and tired of hearing about it and seeing it everywhere
True.
that the thought of doing it again kind of actually repulses me just a little bit. I won't be there for most of it because I'm going to be moving in the summer,
Oh,
so I'll
cool,
solve
cool.
it. But,
You're moving somewhere warmer, I hope.
No, just
No?
laterally.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah,
Wait,
Oh, a little
which
warm.
direction, west or east?
east to Chicago.
Yeah, it's
for a
awful.
minute.
That's just bad.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Chi-Town. There you go.
That's right. Thanks, Sal.
Yeah, no problem. I was gonna be happy for you if you said west. I was like, that's cool, dude. And then you didn't say that, so sorry.
Yeah, I can link the thread here. Someone just asked, but I would say that I think it's a pipe dream to even consider 2 teams again. I mean, that took the generosity of a beautiful ginger man and his wide open checkbook. Just, boom, writing checks. Boom, there you go, Banny. You want to go to Europe? Boom, there you go. I don't think that's going to happen again. So maybe
No, it's
one
not.
team, they can have like a real just play-in tournament. Maybe the ESEA tournament. No, they won't have another one in time for that. Like, I don't know. I would like to see it again because it really raised the level of play here. Like, Mix-Up became so good because they practiced so hard
Yeah.
for that event,
Yeah.
and then they brought it back and just murdered everybody, and it was really cool to watch. Like, I think it
High
raised.
level TF2.
Yeah, and we like to cast that shit. So
Yes.
anyway.
All right, sorry, we were talking IM, and that was a
Yeah.
big tangent.
Well, no, 'cause we
DreamHack
talked. We
is a
talked about.
possibility.
DreamHack is that was
keep
brought up
mentioning
in this
that.
thread as well, and people keep looking at it. We've had several of their like salespeople, I guess, discuss it with various members of the community. I've been in some of those emails, and what they say is basically just to secure the floor space at DreamHack, and this is not like on the big competitive stage. This is just like floor space on the side show, the showcase. Like look, here's the bearded lady.
Wait,
To
what?
get that floor, the sideshow.
Okay, it's like a circus.
Yeah. So but yeah, essentially yes, because that's where you kind of are. Like you can set up your own little casting booth, but you're never going to be on DreamHack's main stage. You're never going to be doing any. You really are off to the side, just to get that and space enough for 2 teams of 6 is 25 or 26,000 euros.
Euros.
That's euros, and that's not including the cost of flying anybody out there or getting any teams whatsoever. So it would almost have to be a totally European thing, and I don't know where the money would come from. They're hoping for sponsors, but what sponsor is going to spend 26 grand euros just to get like a TF2 tournament? I don't think there is one.
Sal, you're gonna have to get
No.
bust up that.
No.
Wham! There you go, DreamHack. Take that, Swedes. There's another one for you. Just writing off checks.
Actually, I'm in debt now. I'm finishing up school, and I'm actually in debt. So, yes,
If you ever think that you've done something for TF2, like I don't ever want to read that again because this guy right here, he's done everything for TF2. Like we help out Sal, he's the man.
no, don't do that. I won't be
Maybe.
in debt once I get reimbursed after the semester's over. So it's not like I don't want to make a sob story here. It's not a big deal.
I'm crying, man. Okay. Well, so yeah, DreamHack. I'm not an optimist when it comes to this stuff. I don't know, like if there's a sponsor that wants to get involved to do it, I don't know who that sponsor would be, unless we find some really rich guy that wants to do stuff for TF2, like even richer than Great Sal.
Russian Guyevich.
Yeah, like the New Jersey Nets owner guy, just like I like
Yeah, there you
the
go.
here's money in case. It's like okay.
One of those Russian aluminum tycoons. You know, there are actually. I'm trying to think of it. There are some incredibly wealthy people who play EVE Online.
Yeah,
I should probably go poke people I know from that universe because who knows?
stop playing that crap game. Give money to us. Black Foger's mom, December.
Hey, I've got a credit card for you.
Hey man, I got $1,000 limit on this bad boy. Shing, 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 shing. Uh-oh. We're done. That's actually really funny. Congratulations. Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah,
that's
I
cool.
hope it happens. I had a lot of fun. I hope it happens, and that we would get to cast it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe not. Bam.
I don't know.
Okay, so that kind of leads into a little bit. We didn't get to talk at all about the vanilla TV. Oh, I guess the TFTV EU starting
Right,
up, which
yeah.
is now, I guess, competing with vanilla TV. I wrote it down vanilla first because I'm dumb.
Maybe we should have like a separate podcast with the Euro equivalent of you and me. doing
Right. Well,
this,
we could bring it up. There's no Euro equivalent of actually admirable kind of.
Yeah, he's pretty hot, and he's
Rich.
ginger, and he's hilarious. He's the better version of me.
What do you Defy? You follow the EU scene a little bit more than I do, certainly. Have you got a gauge on the reception as far as that's gone? It seems like the casts have gone well. There have been 4 or 5 done already, so looks like it's going well, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's going pretty good, but I'm just curious as to why they want to just mix in, like, some of the casters from Vanilla TV are coming over here now, and it just seems like a conflict of interest, really. When
Yeah.
it comes down to, like, playoffs or who's going to be casting what, or both streams trying to cast the same matches,
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, you're racking up viewers either way, so I don't really see a point to it. I mean,
Right. I think it's kind of like they wanted to go a different way, and we'll ask them when we get them on the show, if we get them on. It's hard to get Euros on this show, ladies and gentlemen, because
As it turns out,
it's like 1 in the morning. We had Darn, and he was half drunk, and it was 4 a.m.
yeah,
to do this shitty show.
I love
That-
Darn.
I do too. He was like probably the best guest we've ever had.
Yeah. But
Okay.
that's the explanation there. Basically, that yeah, they wanted to split from Vanilla.
Yeah, and we're like, well, we'll give you a home, and it helps. I mean, our dream, or not our dream. That sounds pretty cheesy, but like the
you
kind
gotta have a dream.
our dream, our kind of communal goal, at least Enigma's goal, one of his big goals was to find a one platform for all TF2 to be funneled, all competitive TF2 to be funneled through. That would really help centralize everything. It'd just be better in general. We talked about this in the VTV episode and then in the UGC episode, where we're like, why don't we just concentrate all our efforts on one front?
Well, yeah, and you even asked that, like when Byte was on the show. I think you were like, why doesn't Vanilla just come over here? And then it happened, and you were like, oh, well, cool.
Yeah. I think that actually had a lot to do with TFTV EU starting. People did not like what was said in that episode. Not by me. Or maybe by me. A little bit probably by me. But by other people. And they were like, no, we're just going to start this thing. And now, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I
I feel like we made a
competition-
change in the world.
Yeah, and the TFT competition is good, I guess, but for me, I don't know. Like, I always hated it when EXTV and then MG would always butt heads. Like, it was always dumb. And I see that kind of playing out, but I don't know. I'm not going to be there, so.
Yeah, I haven't paid too much. I know that a lot of the same games get casted, but I haven't paid that
Right.
much attention to them because they're during the day and I'm at work and Twitch TV doesn't work at work. So
Does it work? Okay, so that is that.
it is. And
You
we
want to talk a little bit
IM.
about ETS a little bit? Defy.
Yeah.
ETS was the Montreal LAN, which sounds like a really good time. I didn't get to go again. I didn't have any plans to go. But Defy, you did go. How was it?
it was great, man. It was a really good time. I just wish, the tournament, it could have gone over a little better. I mean, it seemed like it was a little choppy here and there in terms of, like, having a good schedule for it. I mean, the admins, they seem like they want to work with the people there, of like Sync and X-Time, like all those guys. And I don't know. It just seems like they really don't care that much for it, regardless of it being an official tournament compared to last year when it was unofficial. You had Blind Talent and Sync and Zachariel. They all organized it, and it went over really well, set up their own servers, which was nice.
Yeah.
And the admins there, they're like, hey, we were really impressed with you guys. We're in a pretty smooth tournament. Here's some prizes. But this time around, it was an official tournament, and it was the same thing as last year. Like, hey, you have almost 6 full teams here, but we can't give you a cash prize. We just give you, a headset and a mouse and things like that. I mean, it's,
cool.
It's kind of expected, but at the same time, I think they could have done that a little better.
Yeah.
It's some of it just must be the perception out there of TF2, right? Like, if we go somewhere and we say, look, TF2 is competitive, and these guys have never heard that sentence before, they're just like, huh?
You're an idiot.
Cool.
Sure.
Okay.
I think they're pretty oblivious to things like ESEA. I mean, CS:GO had a really strong showing at ETS, and I'm sure they're aware. Like, that's it's a pretty competitive game too. Obviously, not as much as TF2 in terms of how many teams are in ESEA and things like that. But I don't know. Even though people are really psyched for it being an official tournament, it seems like they could have done a little better.
So maybe we just go like invade a like a QuakeCon or something if they're still having that, which they had one last year, so who knows.
Yeah, I don't know about that, actually.
But I mean, if you just go show up and sit down, set off an entire section, talk to the admins and say, look, we're running our own tournament. Okay, we all bought tickets, we're all playing TF2, we've got 6v6, this is competitive. If you don't want to support us, whatever, that's fine, but we're going to do it. And you show them, basically, that this is as competitive or more competitive than the game they're actually hosting, and you're just like, hey, guess what? This is bigger. Like that I feel like would be a pretty good first step to kind of breaking in these convention, not
right.
Men, but.
Sal, I'm sorry, but Alpha just linked the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Okay, so I guess Alpha was on the team that won ETS, and he won, I guess, a mouse. Is that a mouse? He just linked it in chat. I don't
open it.
What the hell that is.
What is that?
It looks like
a transformer. Or
yeah, it looks like it was made with Legos. Even the cord has got like the Halloween theme. That's yes.
Okay, well it's on stream now, I think. So.
Defy's got it covered.
Is awesome. How much is that even? Like, that's like in case
it's just enough.
You need a self-defense, like you can quickly turn it into a knife and cut somebody. So it's a Counter-Strike mouse then, right?
Yeah, there you go. They can use
That's
it
right.
after somebody yells, one too many N-bombs at the ESEA tournament. What'd you say to me?
The 15th time you called me the N-word, I got mad. Jerk. That's too many.
Yeah.
$128. Damn.
Whatever.
That must be like a mouse for
waste.
like World of Warcraft or something. Or
It just looks like it would be really awkward and uncomfortable.
I like that you just took Defy away. Now Defy is a mouse.
Yeah, that's what
I
we're talking about.
transformed.
Oh, that's so good. So wait, and then I think Sizer won a headset too. So I hope his headset matches that. It's like all garbagey and it's like got crap sticking out. It's
Well,
like hot. It's a pumpkin.
Maybe
It
he just
was-
got Beats by Dre. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Jeez.
I don't know. Like it could have gone a lot better. In terms, other than that, it was a lot of fun. A lot of new people there, compared to last year, and yeah, definitely, I'd say, I don't know really how well the West Coast lands turn out, but I think as far as lands aside from ESEA, this probably had the
Yeah.
strongest showing for TF2 players, as far as I know.
I asked you
pretty
guys. I asked both of you. Well, I don't know. Blank, have you ever been to a LAN before for TF2?
Oh, yeah, I have. I've been to two of the Sacramento LAN Fest in Cali, and they always have a pretty decent turnout. So
Yeah, there's quite a few like SoCal area players and stuff.
Was there a tournament when you went?
Yeah, it was
yeah, they have like these official tournaments, and they kind of have to tell them not to have maps like CP Steel and stuff like that. But
Hey,
the first time I went, they made it so it was like all the players that signed up for the tournament got put into this pool, and you just had like random teams get drafted, and it's basically whoever got the most TF2 like comp players ended up winning. So, and then the second time we actually got to have our own teams, and that was pretty fun.
Wait, do they play CP Steel and Highlander? No.
Sometimes.
I don't know.
Sometimes. Yeah, I've played it in the past.
That's
I
the
don't
most
think they had it
confusing
this-
damn map ever. It's
It's
like you
not
cap.
that bad.
Dude, I've played it like 5 times ever, and every time I'm like, wait, now this door's open? Like, what the hell's going on?
It is really dynamic, and I think that's actually what makes it fun for me to play. But
We
whatever.
played it last week, cbear, says Foster. Sorry. Hey, by the way, I'm looking at my inventory in preparation for hat time, Sal, and I got my freaking sweet, genuine UGC Highlander Platinum participant thing.
Nice. I don't think it was a tradable.
Damn.
You can
They're
gift
not,
them,
I
though, I guess, right?
I don't know, but I feel like I'm like a little league baseball player again, and I got the participation. It's like that. And it's like, yay! Whee! This is for playing the worst NG anyone's ever seen.
And then you go out to CC's Pizza afterwards, and your parents all get drunk, and you feel pretty good. Go to the arcade, whatever it is. That's what we always did after Little League.
Did you say you got drunk and went
Parents
Oh.
got drunk. I wasn't.
Hey,
the
I like my
parent.
little trophy, you slug. Let's go to the arcade. I'm a kid. Okay, so I want to mention real fast, I forgot that there was speaking of Highlander, there's an EU versus NA Highlander thing happening this weekend.
Oh.
Does anyone know anything about that?
No.
No?
Well, it's
Sure.
SNSD versus Ginyu Force, right?
I think it's like 2 of the top teams versus each other over the ocean. Maybe they're playing Steel.
I don't think so.
That map.
I don't know. So I guess that's going to be casted here. I'm going to ask Kaitis.
Well, it's on Saturday at 3 EST, according to Foster. So you guys should all tune in because it's going to be a pretty good time. Highlander actually is kind of fun to watch. These guys, they may not take it that seriously. I don't know what's on the line, but
the pride of a nation
It is,
and the
that's
pride
true.
of a country. Okay.
Actually, I casted one of these with Admirable back when it was like the Syndicate versus SNSD, and the Syndicate won, and I was just gung ho America the whole time, which felt really good. So same thing I did for I-46. Apparently, I've pigeonholed myself into this like Stephen Colbert, pro America stance. I guess now I can't go back on it.
So I guess EU has never won. So maybe I'm guessing that the games are played like on United States or North American servers or something.
I don't know.
Okay, well
They
there you go.
may switch. I mean, I think
Watch
they
that.
swapped.
Do we know who's casting? Is DJC casting?
Yes, DJC and Admirable. That's going to be a combo for the ages.
I predict alcohol will be drink it, and then DJC will swear and sing, and Admirable will say something disgusting. Is this on our stream?
I don't know, but it sounds like a great time.
It will be. Okay, so we got through Defy's angry story. Oh, LAN! Holy shit! Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about LAN. We'll do a better, more
Yes.
official LAN preview. The ESEA LAN, of course. Blank, you guys play all the LAN teams. Well, at least you scrim invite teams. I don't know if you've been scrimming them. What is your opinion of the teams heading into LAN that you've played? And is there anything that you can tell us that you found?
I think Chess Club is kind of going to surprise people this upcoming LAN, with especially with the acquisition of Clockwork on Scout, and
True.
they've kind of been tearing it up in scrims recently. Like
Yeah.
them and BP kind of go neck and neck at this point, and I believe Mixup just started scrimming yesterday, so I haven't
Wait,
we haven't
them
played
and
Mix.
BP neck and neck?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Wow.
That's what I was
Really
told.
close scrims. Really close.
Yeah, they have really close scrims, like for the past week, I guess. And Mix-Up, they just started scrimming yesterday, I believe, and I haven't seen too much out of them like since the end of the regular season. But I imagine, now
got
that's
a
LAN
month,
time,
right?
they're gonna buckle down, try to bring their A game.
I would have thought they wouldn't have started really trying until April for them, but maybe they'll wind it up a little earlier. So yeah,
else seems to be.
for you guys who don't, a lot of teams just play mix up. Weeble, the scout for Chess Club, is not going to LAN, and I guess Clockwork is officially going. So that's Chess Club already was strong, but that's pretty crazy, man. Like I don't know. I mean, could you predict them to beat BP? I mean, maybe on LAN setting, but
Say
they would
anything's
play to the
possible.
first. They
LAN
play
especially.
mix up first, right?
Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be one of the closest LANs we've seen in quite some time.
Nice.
It'll be-
I like to hear that.
It won't just be like, oh, Mix-Up's gonna win LAN.
Well,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
compared to last LAN, right?
you're not sure. Well, yeah, I guess, but like it'll be kind of like season 11 LAN. I think it was with like Bro, Mix-Up, Flow, and
Holly's Flow, and then they,
yeah.
yeah, where Flow kind of flopped, and then I think Quantic, but yeah,
Yeah.
where you have four really close teams going into it. So
You think that Fully Torqued is in the discussion with them still?
Absolutely. I think Fully Torqued is going to do good.
Yeah.
yeah, I think Torqued, they have the pieces to do well. It's just I don't know. I haven't seen them scrim any of the other teams. Like we've been scrimming them, and
Well, they don't want to give away this.
their soldier swap with Siegel and Zebrian, I think, is actually starting to work out potentially for the better now. They're both
Yeah.
teams starting to like mesh pretty well, I think.
So you have $100 blank, and you have to throw it down on this match on this LAN. Which team are you
Okay.
betting on?
In my opinion, I think Mix-Up's gonna win LAN.
I do too.
Okay.
Then I think Chess Club will probably come in second.
Really?
Yeah, that's my
It's
prediction.
going to be neck
Okay.
and neck.
Okay, so let's do the first two matches then. I'm interested because you guys definitely have a different thought than I would have expected. So Fully Torqued questionably didn't want to play their match against Mix-Up, so they wanted to get the fourth spot to play BP. That's all I'll say about it. Whatever. That game, do you see BP still winning on LAN with all the?
I think BP, yeah, I think they'll still pull out the win against Torque. Probably, I'll give it 2-1 or something like that, But they'll win like that first best of 3. And then the Mix-Up versus Chess, that's tough to call. But I think I'll give it to like Mix-Up, like 2-1 or something like that as well.
So then you'd have Chess Club versus Fully Torqued, and obviously if Chess Club gets second, they'd have to win that game. That set. That would be a good set too, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
This could be a really good LAN.
Someone said it in chat. I'm gonna scroll up to find it. Someone said, okay, Shirty Poo says it all comes down to Shrugger, and it kind of does. I mean, Tag went one LAN. He was like got destroyed and didn't really get to show much, but he seemed like he was okay.
He had a few good moments.
Yeah, but his team was getting rolled.
Yeah.
It was Chess Club, ironically enough.
Oh, what if he loses to Chess Club?
Yeah. I mean, do you guys agree with that? If Shrugger shows up and plays like he did at Mahali's Flow LAN disaster, will they just
In my opinion, I really think for BP it's on their soldiers this LAN, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lance.
it's like the competition.
I think it'll be up to, I mean, when you look at like the soldier pairs, like Tag and Lansky, and you've got like Zebrian and Siegel, you have like TLR and I believe Enigma now on Rover, and I think we'll see some good
Right.
things out of him this coming LAN.
Forgot about that.
Great
And
offense.
then we have Try and Visitor, actually.
Yeah, what if
So-
Visitor wins LAN? How about that? That would be.
Well, I'm
I mean,
probably just gonna have to pick the game.
anything's possible. People give a lot of shit to like Horriblue or Mackie like over the
True.
past few seasons, but
True.
it's typical for people to just kind of toss the roamer, into that category. I mean,
Next season, man, Defy wins LAN.
It's
what
possible.
a shot in the dark.
Well, as much crap as people give Visitor, he's actually been playing pretty well very
Yeah.
recently. I'm kind of surprised. So he's definitely stepping up his game for this LAN, which is good to see.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring a Fully Torqued in discussion because you have, Siegel and Justin and Fragile. Like these guys haven't been to LAN in how many seasons now? Then you have Z Brian and Sean Bud, first time for LAN for them, and I think that's going to be interesting to see more than any other team. Honestly, like you have 3 people that are veterans to LAN. You have Pure 2, and then you have the newcomers too, like Sean Bud and Z Brian. What do you guys
Dude,
think is going to happen there?
I know Siegel doesn't want to pocket, but if I were him, like the last time he was on LAN, I think it was Dummy's team. I forget what incarnation of that team it was. I don't know, but he played like the most ridiculous pocket I've ever seen. That was
Yeah.
the LAN where on Granary he jumped and then did a skip rocket jump like around everyone on the other team, and then shotgun the medic at like 2-shot full health. I was like, oh, wow,
He's
oh my god!
absolutely.
Yeah.
Him on LAN, I mean, I don't know. Tyler, I guess, is good and like just as good maybe, but Siegel's freaking beast.
He's
so.
a beast. I hate to be like that guy, but the teams that are not LAN proven, just every LAN I've watched have never done well. And when I first came to the scene, I was like, oh well, it can't be that big of a deal, and it turns out it really is. At least historically, it's really been like every team that has a couple, at least 1 or 2 members who haven't been to a LAN before, they just don't do as well. So now maybe Fully Torqued just turns out on his head and says, yeah, screw you, Sal, we're going to win it all. But I would not put my money on them simply for that fact.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard for me not to. I think Mix-Up's going to tune it up and be. I forgot Enigma's roaming now.
Yeah.
But that just means that YZ50 and Ruin are scouting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh damn.
I think those guys are pretty good. I don't know. I
It
mean,
could be.
I'm really bummed that I might not be able to see like it live. I really wanted to cast some of these games, but
That's true.
shit. I mean, maybe something will change between now and then. That sucks. But I was gonna say something. Oh, the Shrugger thing. Last year we talked about it, and it's like when you play a lot and you play in very specific settings. Like, I think the hardest thing is to get used to switching it up on the go. So if I were Shrugger or any new LAN player, I would be changing up my seat height and like changing maybe how I approach how I'm sitting, maybe like use a different monitor if that's applicable somehow, just to change it up a little bit. Because if you get so used to your perfect world conditions and then you go to a place where you can't mimic that, then you're kind of fucked. And I think that's what happened to Shrugger. It's just like he couldn't get used to what was going on, and it was all of a sudden it was over.
Well,
And
have
then
you
they
read about what Flash does from the StarCraft scene?
No.
This is pretty cool stuff. Like he's the winningest StarCraft player of all time, and he's transitioning to StarCraft 2 just now. But basically, whenever he goes anywhere to a new computer or something, he's got a ruler. He measures the exact distance, like from the edge of the desk to where his keyboard is going to go, and he just measures everything out. He's just perfect about everything. Of course, he's Korean, right? Which makes some sense, but yeah, that's essentially what he does. He's just like meticulous about making sure everything is exactly the same as how he's practiced it.
I forgot, but Shrugger didn't have his mouse or keyboard. That
Oh,
also might.
that is
you
true.
might want to remember your peripherals for your
True.
video game competition. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Pierre mentioned Shrugger's mouse settings were off for like the entire LAN, so
cbear, you
plays
know
a
what?
part
You
of
might
it, too.
actually have punted the racism ball over to my court. Apparently, that's what's happening in stream chat right now. So I
Did you
get
say
I get
some
the-
racist shit?
I said he's Korean. Flash.
Did
is
you
Korean,
break out
so.
the Misha Slim voice? Okay, let's. Hey, it's time to go. No,
Technical
Sal,
difficulties.
bro, I'm Korean. Andy's a subscriber. Enough
Oh man, we'll take your money.
It goes to Mr. Slin.
It does. That's true. Enigma is actually paying the casters for live casts now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a Mr. Slin face. How do you do the Mr. Slin face? Mr.
Yeah.
Slin. Mr. Srin. No.
Mr. Strid.
How do you do it? Well, we should probably go. It's been 52 minutes.
It
Like,
has.
we got-
Slintastic. That's awesome.
Is it really? Oh, Slin. That's not it. You liar.
What?
You have to do. Oh, you have to do capitals.
Yeah. Okay, well, yes, it has been about 15 minutes. We're going to do some giveaways here pretty soon, so thank you very much, Defy and Blank, for joining me and cbear and kind of listening to us ramble for however long we did, which was kind of lame of us, but we did it. And you guys did provide a lot of very good insight to how the playoffs are coming up and what the teams are going to look like, so thanks a lot. Do you guys have any last-minute shout-outs here before we start shutting things down?
Yeah.
So shout out to the Madmen crew at Instant Breakfast and all those guys. ETS too. That was great. Everybody that showed up, good times.
Yeah, just shout out to our team, the Madmen. Shout out to Guam, by the way, and shout out to Slin for even though he's getting DDoS, stop DDoSing him, people. He's a really nice guy.
Is he really?
Just let him
What?
stream.
Who would DDoS Mr. Shrin? I mean, Mr. Slin.
Hey, everybody, we're leaving. Bye.
No, hold on. Someone link Blank's stream too, because he streams. I don't know
Blank
if you
streams.
Have
What,
lately,
does
I've been-
Defy, do you stream too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Does he
both
really?
these guys,
Yeah,
they
man.
got
Oh
the
my-
streams.
Abe the Cop stream.
Oh yeah.
The legendary Abe the Cop.
I recommend watching. Not only are they very good players, but they do a good. It's a good learning stream to watch. Just how they communicate and stuff. Then you can hear RR rage. Kill people. I hate it. Anyway, okay, I'm done. So.
Okay, yeah, we're pretty much good then, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, if you want to use those TFTV faces like Slintastic or Big Bear for cbear, then you need to
spelled it
subscribe
wrong.
right here. So so go ahead and hit that subscription button, and it's $5 a month, and you actually do help pay the casters for casting every time there's a live cast. Not this, but like an actual game being casted.
We pay
Casters
them.
get paid. That's right.
We pay them to let us do this. So.
That's true.
All right.
So, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give away some hats in a minute here, but of course, if you're watching the VOD, you're not going to see that part because we're going to cut it right now. So, we'll be right back for those. For the rest of you, see you next week.